You played in Super Bowl 40 in 43, you won both of those. You played and lost in Super Bowl 45 against the Packers, lost in that. In your career, you did not play in back-to-back Super Bowls. You never had the opportunity to win back-to-back. Steelers never made it that far. Like, from a team standpoint, you're in the locker room. Why is it so hard for a team to win a Super Bowl and then to repeat as Super Bowl champions? Because it's something we haven't seen now in nearly 20 years.
That mindset got to be, you got to have a broke man's mindset. You got to be hungry. I'm talking about the whole team and the personality and the coaching staff. Like, everybody has to be on one accord. The coaching staff got to understand that they just came in, they try to prove themselves after the Super Bowl. Like, that's how the mindset of the coaches need to understand. The front office got to understand, man, I just got this job. I'm trying to prove myself. That's the mindset you got to have after the Super Bowl. Then you just get down to the players. So are you still on this Super Bowl high 6 months later? Or you're just acting like a rookie? Man, I'm getting into the league. I need to prove myself. That's the mindset you got to have. So all three phases, the front office, the coaches, and the players got to have a mindset like it's something to prove. Because you can get caught up in being like, every time somebody talks smack to you, man, I won a Super Bowl last year. You ain't got a Super Bowl ring. Or every time you lose a ball game, man, I ain't worrying about y'all, man. We won a Super Bowl last year. Don't nobody care about last year. 2021 ain't got nothing to do with 2022. 2022, man, people trying to come after you. One, because you are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Two, man, you got to be that's the Super Bowl game for everybody. After you win a Super Bowl, everybody feels like that's the Super Bowl game for you. So you got the bottom of the barrel teams feeling like they beat y'all, they won a Super Bowl, and they got hope, and they got a chance. That's the mindset you got to have. Everybody is gunning for us. If you don't have that mindset in all three phases, from a front office to a coaching staff to a player's mindset, and you just get complacent, and every time y'all down the game or y'all lose the game, like, man, they ain't tripping. Last year we won a Super Bowl. You're not going to run it back. So that just depends on the mindset, not only the front office, but the coaching staff. So we shall see. But it's so hard to run it back. Then you gotta look at injuries. So you can't have any key or made injuries when it comes down to a full season of football. Like, a lot of things got to fall in line to run it back. That's why we couldn't go back to back. But for us, out of 5 years, it was like every other year. So, 1 year we'll win it. Next year something happened. The following year, man, we right back in it. Then the next year we out of it. Then the following year after that, we right back in it. But when we was right back in it, everything was just falling in line. We really didn't have any, major injuries. So that's what it was, man. And bringing key guys back. You got to bring your stars. You got to bring your stars back. So we was able to keep a Troy. We was able to keep a Casey Hampton. We was able to keep a James Ferry. We was able to keep a Big Ben. We was able to keep a Pouncer. We was able to keep a Santonio Holmes. We was able to keep a Heath Miller. Like, we kept like some key core people when we was winning, So that's what it was. At every position, you got to have a star. You got to have one star at running back. You got to have one star. Your quarterback has to be the star. You got to have a star on the offense or defensive line, a star receiver, a star linebacker, a star secondary player. So if every phrase got a star, you good, So that like the Rams got a star in the secondary. They're missing a star at the linebacker position. They got a star on the defensive line. They had a star Whitworth, even at 40 years old, on the offensive line. Now you got a guy who, they say sometimes, man, the change of scenery is everything. They say the grass ain't greener, but down for Matthew Stafford, the grass was past green. That thing was turf. So that thing gonna forever stay green if you look at Matthew Stafford on where he was at to where he is right now. And Cam Akers, he wind up getting hurt. Cam wind up doing this thing. And man, we can't say enough about Coop. And what Coop did this year, he was just setting records, whether it was the postseason or regular season. So they got stars now. They definitely got stars. So, but everything, the stars have to fall in line. And being healthy throughout the season is everything for a team who's trying to make it to the Super Bowl.